This Jocks 94.5 podcast is brought to you by Millennium Satellite and Video. Log on to msbnow.com. TV excellence everywhere. That's Millennium. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning starts now.
All right, welcome in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. 7 a.m. Tuesday, July 14th, right here on Jocks. Glad you're with us. Got a lot to get to today. A lot of college football talk. We have not gotten to the FPI of Auburn, Alabama. We'll discuss that. Eric McLean going to help us preview ACC Media Days, which begin a little bit later this week. We'll also discuss some Ole Miss LSU, just that game individually, what it's going to mean. And then Andy Bitter going to help us talk some Virginia Tech as it pertains to ACC Media Days as well. That'll be at 9 o'clock this morning. Home Run Derby last night. G-Mac, were you into it? Did you watch it? Enjoy it?
I liked it. I thought it was a better format than the clock. I thought it made a lot more sense. It moved still pretty fast. I thought it was really entertaining. 20 swings. If you hit the last one out, you can't end on an out. And I was a surprising champion, obviously, but guys were swinging for the fences and didn't look like they were running out of gas towards the end of it either.
No, I thought it was great. I mean, it's still long, still just really long.
Very long.
You wonder if, do you go into next year, maybe cut the total swings down a little bit? But super entertaining. I think a lot of the crowd there in Philly helped, having two hometown guys. That got awesome late when they were just emphatic about every out that any other player would make. Rooting for Harper and Schwarber, obviously, wanting them to move on. But like Contreras' first round was a lot of fun. Caminero going 491 was impressive. Like you said, it moved pretty swiftly. I try not to do this because it's a lot of the work that we do. And we know mistakes are going to be made and things are going to be different and people see things different ways. But I thought the production for the majority of it was not great.
The production during the actual event itself was okay. I obviously like Mac Viscursion a lot. He's a pro. Has done a lot of big games. Did not like the color commentary very much. Some of it was pretty good. The lead up was fine.
It was a lot.
Barry Bonds
it was almost
might be the most arrogant person I've ever met.
What?
I mean, he's.
Pray tell, where did that come from, Greg?
Proof of it with my child, but okay.
I mean, he is a lot. Do you not disagree?
I've shared the story of how he turned my kid down for an autograph face-to-face at Rickwood. So, yeah, I got nothing for him.
See, I understand that to an extent. I get your frustration there, but just on TV, I would think you'd put forth a slightly better face. But, I mean, he
does not care
brutal.
at all.
No.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't.
No.
Therefore, should not have Mike. And then the Will Ferrell,
a
Owen
couple
Wilson.
guys that shouldn't have had a
whoever the
mic
third
last
guy
night.
was. That was awful. I mean, nothing about it was funny. There was a couple funny things. Maybe two funny lines in the 8 different walkouts. Michael Buffer sounded hoarse. So, yeah, there were aspects of it that I just thought were over the top. But Netflix is finding their lane. I'm all about it. Try new things, see if it works. And then if it doesn't, because it probably won't, reverberate more towards the mean in the way things have been done for a long time.
Wait, Michael Buffer, you mean Carl Schwarber?
He said Carl?
Oh, yeah.
Don't care.
In Philadelphia.
He might have said Kyle.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it was Carl. By production, what I meant was if we're going to watch a home run derby, I would like to see ball hit bat. Feels like that would be towards the top of the list of what we want to get there.
It makes sense in a home run derby that you would want to see. Yeah.
And I understand that, and that's where, in my opinion, producer, director got to find a way to get to people and say, hey, we need the pitcher to wait until the ball lands. Because they're showing the baseball go out and then the next ball's hit, and it's just back to ball in flight. I don't need that.
Yeah.
It's not what I want. Or you got to learn how to split screen it, one or the other. So
I understand.
That's like it just. I mean, both of my boys were like, we don't get to see the ball. We can't see the ball hit. I'm like, listen, I'm with you, man. Like it's frustrating. That to me was you can't do that. You can't have a home run derby and not show the ball be hit, and it happened way too much. Now,
That's
the
true.
shots.
There were a lot, but we got drone shots.
The shots were great. I thought access to guys, I thought they kept it moving pretty well. Overall, I was extremely entertained. And obviously, the way the competition went, you had Jordan Walker win in a walk-off. I mean, he obviously was the long shot to win it. Needed 6 home runs in a row, hits 2, hits 1 on his final ball, then hits 3 more in essentially overtime. It was crazy what he did, how he won it. And especially with what Contreras did in his first round, I didn't think there was any slowing him down because he hit 13, which was tied with Walker, but he was hitting just moonshots and thought it would be over there. But that was the only issue I had with it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I mean, I thought it was definitely better than the clock. I give a lot of credit to the batters because I thought they'd be stepping out and taking their time a lot more.
Yeah,
they could do that.
They stayed in there.
They had the ability to do that. They had the ability to sit there and that's when it got rough to watch. I don't know, 8-9 years ago, maybe a little bit more, when it was hit 2-3 home runs, start to wear down a little bit, watch 7 pitches go by. Step out, readjust batting gloves, teammate brings you Gatorade, step in, take 2 more pitches. Okay, 3 good swings, hit 1 home run. All right, step out, take our time, readjust, shin guard, get another Gatorade, get pine tar on the bat. Okay, step in. And, it's been 45 minutes and you're on your 4th pitch. You're just like, come on, guy. Like, we can't do this.
Well, in fairness, the athletes from that era probably weren't quite as fit, I would imagine, as the athletes of this era. Just going to draw some conclusions there. Like 4 swings and you're tired, not a great indicator of metabolic health, but strong as an ox. Real strong. I wonder how. It's wild how that happens. Steroid era did not lead to a lot of cardio. I'm just telling you that. All right. I think it's actually really good. I thought the guys hung in there. I thought the swings. What was amazing about watching Howard is all the other guys looked like they were swinging really hard, man. I mean, they were swinging hard for the fences to the point where they might actually wear themselves out, which is totally understandable. Go swing a 35-ounce bat as hard as they were swinging it, as many times as they were swinging it. Like, I'd have been exhausted. But when I watched Howard, who's obviously a tall guy, long guy, plenty of swing power just by swinging normal, it looked like he was swinging kind of easy and the ball was still getting out of the ballpark. I don't know if the ballpark played short last night. They were talking about it before, and that wind was blowing out to the left center and to left field. Just didn't look like. I mean, dude, some of the swings that those guys had were awesome, but did you expect it to go 490? You know what I mean? Like, there were a couple really long bombs yesterday.
I knew Caminero was going to go deep. I thought Schwarber would actually hit one further than he did. But you look at how this contest usually goes. You need backspin and you need the ability to not overswing. And there are a lot of guys that win it that way. And that's one of the reasons I wanted Schwarber to win it, but I was kind of surprised he was in the finals because, I mean, he has one of the quickest bats in Major League Baseball. His bat speed's ridiculous. But yeah, Walker's smooth, man, super smooth, and he didn't gas out. I thought he sort of managed the entire competition extremely well. Demeanor, like, tough to root against. I mean, obviously, unless you're a Philly fan, because they did. They wanted him to lose.
They'll root against everybody except for Schwarber.
Listen, I know it's gotten carried away
everybody
at times, but I'm watching that last night being like, it would be really cool to play in Philadelphia. Like, to have this behind you for every home game, unless obviously you weren't playing well, then it turns on you immediately. But
it was weird when he won to hear all the boos, but it was also kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it's supposed to be. I mean, it's
like you said, yeah. Your favorite is being on the road and playing in a quiet stadium because you shut them the heck up.
Yep, you love it. And so, I mean, it showed kind of the passion of that fan base. I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't think last night was overly disrespectful. I mean, they wanted their guy to win, and it's like it did not faze Jordan Walker at all. He would step back in, nice and smooth, take a deep breath, get his hacks in. Like, it was fun. Any idea who his pitcher was last night?
Didn't he have a guy from the Dodgers? No, Bryce Harper had a guy from the Dodgers.
Had Dino Ebel was pitching to Harper last night. Old Dino. He threw to him when he won it before.
No, but Caglione had his dad. Bell had his dad.
Ben Rice. Ben Rice had his dad.
Ben Rice had his dad, so that's what I meant, not Bell. Ben Rice. Who was there only 2 dads? I thought there might have been 3.
I think it was 2. Yeah.
I know Howard's Walker Howard or whatever was dad was sitting front row. They showed him multiple times. That was awesome.
Showed him his
the
mom.
The family shots were amazing.
Kliniger Turan. You should know.
Is that a name we should know?
No, just I did. It's the first Kliniger I've ever heard of.
I mean, yeah, that name would feel familiar if you knew it.
Not many Klinigers walking around, so it's their bullpen.
I like the name.
But yeah.
Yeah.
This is how the walk-off home run for Jordan Walker sounded last night for him to take the 2026 Home Run Derby.
A homer wins it, a non-homer, and we're going to a swing-off.
Baseball is not afraid.
Wow! Is that enough? Is that enough? Jordan Walker wins it! Come on, baby! Yeah!
Had to cut off the music right there. You here at Philly, you just let the music keep going. They're like, oh my God, lost. All right, we're done. I'm out.
Who was doing color, Greg? Do we know?
Yeah, Hunter Pence and Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo?
Yes.
You could tell they hadn't done much television. That was an example right there. Just all over play-by-play. And that was most of the night.
Comes down to it. Baseball. It's like, okay, I know it's a hard gig, but when I heard that, I was like, oh boy, okay.
Is it, though?
It feels like it'd be an easy gig.
Baseball.
I'm going to be honest with you. That one, just in fairness, probably the easiest job you can get in television.
What did we
home run derby color guy? Oh my gosh, look at the swing. I mean, how hard is this?
But then too, there were multiple in-round interviews with other people.
Yes.
And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, no. Especially if we're not going to show the guy hitting in a split screen. Like, I don't need to hear from James Wood, who was in it last year, while Ben Rice is trying to hit home runs, yet we're not seeing Ben Rice try to hit home runs.
Fair enough. The one thing I would say, it did break up the monotony. That's part of the problem with the home run derby is the monotony of it. It's like every single pitch, if you take the same camera angles, if you broadcast it the way it's, quote, supposed to be broadcast. Like, we're going to see 100 home runs. I really don't need to see every one. I'm fine. Like, if you want to miss one, I can live with that. It's okay. Like, it's fine. Like, I honestly don't even hate getting, during an interview, a reaction from one of the guys that sees him hit a home run. But, yes, give me the split screen for those like Cole that want to see every single ball hit the bat. But the one thing I would say was just the order of things. Like, for example, if you're going to interview Ben Rice is up to hit, go find another Yankee. Like, if you're gonna interview if you're gonna interview Wilson Contreras 5 guys after he hit, I was like, I forgot what Contreras even did.
He had time.
You know what
he sat there for 2.5 hours.
You know what I'm saying, though? It's like the order of things, and I don't feel like the production or the producing was laid out thoughtfully. But then again, the guys might have said, yeah, I'll not do it right now, I'll do it later. And Lawrence Shamati was going to have to go over there and get him at some point, but they might not have wanted to get got at that point either. So I don't know. I thought all in all, CC Sabathia, you going to utilize some of his interview tactics?
I mean, I've heard better.
There were some questions. I was like, what? CC, what we got here? I mean,
I don't think he's ever done it, though. I almost honestly felt bad for him. I just feel like a tough spot to put him in. I mean, I know he accepted the gig, but that's not. I mean, listen, I've been down there in a live event. You're trying to find people and interview people. Like a lot of guys don't want to talk. It's a tough spot, man.
He's a Hall of Famer.
When you haven't done a ton. I love the guy, but when you haven't done it a lot, it's tough.
I get it, but he's a Hall of Famer. I'm not that concerned. Just me. I'm just not that concerned about CC Sabathia being able to get an interview. I think he could probably get an interview. Just a safe assumption. Don't know for sure, but I feel pretty good about him being able to get an interview. When he goes up to, I don't know, Freddie Freeman You think Freddie Freeman's going to say no to CeCe Sabathia?
Doubtful.
He's a Hall of Famer. Absolutely not. So I don't know. I was a little torn on the whole thing. I thought it was a well-intentioned broadcast. That's how I'd describe it. And it was. I do think it was a well-intentioned broadcast. I do. I just think that there were some liberties that they took that were ill-advised. I also thought that, a little polish probably from some of the people they have on the air would be good as well. All in all, though, I give it like a solid 7. Like solid 7 out of 10 on the watch. This is the first home run derby I've watched in years. Well, I take that back. I've started watching the home run derby. I stayed with this one the longest in years.
Yeah, it's the longest I've been with one in a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to give some credit where credit is due. I don't know what they did, but they held my attention. Well,
part of it too, I think it was competitive. You had multiple guys that were going to be in, and then it looked like multiple guys were going to be able to either knock somebody out or get in themselves. I do think both of my boys being into it and staying through a lot of it helped a lot. I also think them wanting me to leave them a note and tell them what happened, having to stay through the end of it to tell them about it, that played into it a little bit. But, I mean, I was sitting there like my wife's asking me about it. She's like, who's this guy? What's his deal? So I'm like, wow, if she's dialed in, then we're good. Like I said, my biggest problem in all of it was I would have liked to see the baseballs be struck because it is the home run derby in which you try to hit baseballs over the fence. And listen,
there's a lot of buzz about the home run derby and the effort of hitting home runs.
But going back to what you said earlier, I don't need the same angle. There was one angle on one Schwarber home run that they stumbled upon by accident.
I know the exact one you're talking about.
The ball sitting behind
left.
Him. Yes.
It looked like the National.
It was awesome. It was I was like, wow, that was an incredible shot, and they didn't even mean to get it. It was the one right before he broke the camera.
100%. No, it was the one from it was like from the catcher's left knee guard, and you see it take off to the upper deck to the right. It was sick.
It was beautiful.
The lights. I know exactly the one you're talking about.
Hey, with him, I'll sit there and I'll take him from that angle. Like, just let me see the ball be hit. Instead of saying, okay, here's the ball racing through the air at 113 miles an hour, might go out, might be going straight up, might be going oppo, don't know, because we didn't see the ball struck. Like, that's the part I could not live with that. That bothered me last night.
The way they were also doing it, there were some that looked like they were hit hard, and then they'd zoom out and they'd take the upper shot, and it was like just out of the infield on a looping pop fly. Like, there were a couple where you were fooled a little bit as a viewer.
Yep. There were some weird shots for sure. But a fun contest last night. I mean, cool that an underdog goes in there and wins it. The guys that were supposed to put on a show, I thought showed up. I mean, Caminero going 491. You knew he was going to hit some bombs. Schwarber, I know he didn't win it, but he put on an absolute show for that crowd. Harper's come back late. I thought was great for the home crowd. A couple of disappointments. Ben Rice was kind of disappointing. You'd expect a little bit more from him, but it was a great show altogether. I think what it does is it'll get people back next year. You tweak it a little bit next year, maybe you find something a little bit different, either about the broadcast or the rules, and maybe more people come back to it next year that have been tapped out, kind of like I've been for a while. Like, I mean, I can go back to McGuire at Fenway, or go watch Juan Gonzalez in Baltimore. They all talk about Griffey Jr. hitting the warehouse. Watch Juan Gonzalez in that home run derby. It is one of the most impressive performances that you will ever see. It is unbelievable, and no one talks about it because he didn't win it. But it is insane where he is hitting baseballs consistently. And those are the ones like that I recall, and I've kind of tuned out. Like, I remember Bobby Abreu hit like 48 in the first round.
It was a lot.
But it took an hour and a half.
It was Josh Hamilton, wasn't it?
Josh Hamilton, Yankee Stadium was unbelievable.
Insane.
But I had kind of tuned out on it, but now back in, and this will hopefully make a lot of people come back to it next year. All right, so first Cardinals player.
The only thing they need, I would like to see a few more of. We've talked about this 100 times, and I liked, Murakami and a couple other guys that are kind of up, and Junior Caminero, like those guys are up and comers, right? Like, it's nice to Jack Caglione, up and comer. Like, I'm good with mixing a couple up and comers in there. But you got to make sure, and I know that Harper and Schwarber did it because it was in Philly, you got to make sure you have at least 2 to 3, maybe 4 in a perfect world, established stars. Got to have established stars for it to work. whether you're rooting for them or against them. And it doesn't, I'm not saying necessarily needs to be Shohei against Mike Trout. All right, I'm not saying that necessarily. I mean, Mike Trout's a little long in the tooth. Like, he doesn't need to be up there ripping the bat like that. But you got to get some established stars in their 20s that are willing to do it, because it is a career achievement. You win that, it's a career achievement. That goes on your Wikipedia page, and it is something that people do care about long term when considering Hall of Fame inclusion and things like that. Like, for whatever reason, it matters. So I just want to make sure, keep the current. If you want to drop it down to 15 swings, I'm fine with that. But you got to make sure you have 4 up and comers and 4 established stars, or some variation of that if possible.
Yep, and I thought they did a pretty good job of that. I mean,
for sure,
Shohei wasn't going to do it. Judge can't be in it, and those guys probably don't need to.
No.
I think we've seen enough Pete Alonso in it. Like, he didn't need to be in there. Maybe a couple of the younger guys, like a Nick Kurtz, if you wanted to see him in there. Pete Crow Armstrong, not necessarily a power guy, but does have 21 home runs this year. Like some of the fan favorite guys. I think Trout's just been beat up too much over time to get in there and do it again.
No.
So, but I think it was a decent mix this time. First Cardinals player to win it, Jordan Walker. 5th youngest home run derby champion. First winner born in the 2000s. Do you feel old now?
Nah.
5th player to win with less than 50 career home runs entering the event. So there you go. That's kind of what you're talking about. Get some younger guys in there too that haven't established themselves as multiple, maybe home run champions by year over time, but looks like they're going to be able to have some pop and they're going to be fun to watch.
Not quite Mac McClung, but
wow.
Yeah.
It would be great if we had a home run ringer.
Here's the thing: is he actually plays? Yeah, he plays against MLB competition.
Oh, he did,
so
even though he was
helps.
sent to the minors last year. But
That
he battled
helps
his way back.
Not important.
He's back, and now he made more off that. He made more off that event than he did this entire year. Salary's like 7-something, and he made $1 million.
Love that.
That's big, by the way. You enter like a one-night competition, and
that's it.
More than double your salary.
Yep.
We'll take that. All right, Auburn and Alabama FPI. We need to get to that, discuss it a little bit first. I'll tell you about Game Day Men's Health. If you are lacking energy, feeling on edge, lacking sleep, just need to lose some weight, Game Day Men's Health wants to help you. They have helped hundreds of Jocks listeners because it's so easy. You go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Sign up for the free consultation today. Free PSA test, free testosterone test. They give you your baseline health. And then right out of the gate, they know the different options that they can present to you that can help. And you mentioned Mac and Cube in the morning. You save 10% on any of those options that they offer. Peptides in stock, weight loss programs ready to go. They can get you going at Game Day Men's Health, holistic approach to health and wellness. Great people, and they're not going to press you into things that you don't need. And this is where they separate themselves. Minimal upfront cost from the programs they offer. Book your free consultation today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com. All right, we'll get to that break. Come back, take a look at Auburn and Alabama. We didn't focus on it yesterday as far as where ESPN's Football Power Index projects their season. We'll do it next on Jocks.
Don't leave Jocks back at the house. Download the Jocks 94.5 app and take us anywhere, in the car, at work, or at the game. Live audio, video, and podcasts on your schedule. The Jocks 94.5 app, wherever you may be.
All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. ESPN's FPI. Forward-thinking metric, not a ranking, but a rating. It can be viewed as that, but that's okay. We're not taking this as the gospel. It's a starting point for our conversation here of things that we want to discuss and how we want to discuss them. So we will take a look at it. We looked yesterday at teams' percent chance to make the playoff, teams' percent chance to make the SEC championship game, amongst other things. So there are ways that we can use this to drive conversation, things of that nature. We did not take a look really too much at Auburn, a little bit at Alabama and what it's projecting them to do. When you look at the projected win totals, GMAC, the ESPN FPI has Alabama at 8.6 wins this upcoming season. So knocking on the door of 9 wins, which we've talked about, 9 or 10 wins in this day and era is not a terrible thing. A lot of people aren't going to be able to buy into that. It's going to take them a long time to rewire their brains to believe that or see that, especially if you still have a team doing what Indiana did last year. It's not going to allow people to get on board with it. But just taking this projection, is this close to what you would think? Is this egregious as far as maybe what it should be, things of that nature? How do you look at an 8.6 win projection for the Crimson Tide?
I mean, I don't think it's egregious. I mean, I think there's a lot of unknowns. And if you look at the SEC in general, they have the 2 SEC, quote, championship projected teams. And sure enough, who's the team with the highest? I believe it's Georgia at 9.9, right?
Out of the
Texas
SEC?
at 9 point. Yeah,
Yes,
in the SEC.
It's Georgia and then Texas. 9.9,
Yeah.
9.8.
Exactly. So the 2, quote, best teams in the SEC are only 1 win ahead of you on paper. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. I think it's perfectly fine.
I think also when you look at percent chance to win a national championship, that's something we didn't really discuss yesterday. Only Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame, Oregon, Georgia, Indiana, Miami have better chances per the FPI than Alabama to win a national championship. I think that would surprise a lot of people. I think if you asked even most people that just cover college football, come up with a list of your possible champions and put them in order. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You think most people are going to have Alabama at 8 going into this year? I think more people nationally are a little further down on Alabama than that this year.
That's what it feels like. I mean, that's kind of – I feel like 8, though, is probably about right. 8 to 10.
Okay, let me
like there's –
hold on. This is hard because I'm not asking you. I'm asking your opinion on, let's just say, the majority of the college football media. John, you chime in here. Do you guys think the majority of people who cover college football, if I asked you right now today, you taking Texas Tech or Alabama to win a national title?
I would say the majority of people, I think they pick Alabama.
I think it'd be about split.
I would agree with that.
Okay. LSU or
I would agree
Alabama?
with that. I think LSU for sure there.
LSU
Yes.
would be the overwhelming choice.
Specifically those under 40.
Yeah.
Texas A&M or Alabama?
Those under 40, like people?
People covering college football under 40, I think the majority of them would take LSU, yes.
Oh, so I'm
younger
confused
people
by
are
that.
going to
So-
take LSU because it feels like more younger people are buying into the LSU hype right now than people that have been around for a minute. Like, look how
Gotcha,
Portal,
okay.
look how Lane. It's automatically going to work. They're not going to lose.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure about that.
A&M or Alabama?
I think people would
it's
take Alabama.
Yeah, I think it's close, but I think it's maybe I think it's Alabama, but like 55-45.
I think more people nationally would take A&M just because of Marcel Reed and what
yeah.
Elko has done.
I could see that.
Oklahoma or Alabama? Maybe Oklahoma's still trending up here, and that's not as close of a question.
I would take Oklahoma, but I think the college football world would take
I
Alabama.
think they would take Alabama.
Really?
I think they saw it.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
It's the college football world. I think you need to remember.
Did you not
that
see what kind of shape John Mateer is in at the Manning Passing Academy, though?
I understand that, but it's the college football world. I personally think Oklahoma's going to have an excellent football team this year. Like a real national championship contender. Like, I really believe that. Now, is that a little bullish? Perhaps, yeah. It's probably a bit of a swing for me. I try not to swing too hard usually when it comes to anticipating breakthroughs, but I think Oklahoma's right there. I really believe it. And I think if Mateer can stay healthy and manage the game a little better, I think they got a real chance to not just be in the mix in the SEC, but maybe win the whole thing. They really could.
Okay, go ahead. I have a super interesting one next, but go ahead.
I understand where you're at. I just think the college football media hasn't seen Oklahoma win anything in a while. So I think it'd be hard for – I just don't think there'd be a lot of people that are going to be sitting there saying, oh, yeah, Oklahoma for sure. I think people would take Alabama because Alabama over the course of time has probably earned the benefit of the doubt amongst, the football watching public.
All right. This one I think is intriguing. And you want to be a part of the show, 205-834-9450. You can always tweet into the show at Mac and Cube, especially based on where the FPI projections are here. I told you earlier, Alabama per FPI, 3.7% chance to win a national championship. If you're just curious, only 3 teams have a double-digit percent chance to win. Ohio State 17, Texas 13, Notre Dame 10.5. This team's chance to win a national title, 1.3%. Do you think more people in the national media that cover college football, if you gave them a choice right now, Alabama or Ole Miss to win a national championship, who are they taking?
They would take Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I believe I'm with you.
Yeah.
It's strange because we talked about it a decent amount on Feinbaum yesterday. I need to know why the FPI is so down on Ole Miss. Because if it's computers, I don't know how the computers would be that. I understand. I don't agree with it, but I understand the people that are Pete Golding hasn't done it. It's not going to be any good. He's not ready. Okay, if that's your opinion, that's fine. But Greg, how do the computers metric that in? I mean, the computers just say first-year head coach, which we know technically it's a weird way to say it anyway. But like if you go dive into the numbers,
continuity is part of it.
Sure. Well, he has a lot of members of his staff that did stay though. But
for sure,
if you dive into the Ole Miss numbers, and I understand the schedule ramps up a little bit per the last couple of years, the FBI does not like Ole Miss compared to what I think the majority of college football media does.
Probably not. But then again, do you think it's fair? Is it warranted?
7.3 wins? I think that's extremely low. That's a low bar for Ole Miss going into this year.
I get it, but if you look at what they were prior to, I'm talking about a computer that doesn't watch them, which is why I still, for the life of me, will never understand why people want computers back. But that's a conversation for a different day when it comes to evaluating teams. If you're a computer and you think, oh, look how coach, look how departure. And frankly, I mean, last year they got hot at the right time. Like you and I both watched them. Like that team had some flaws last year. Not saying they didn't deserve all the credit that they got for going as far as they did, but they were not a flawless football team.
No.
So I think that last year, by the way, FPI loved Ole Miss, and you and I were both a little skeptical about why FPI loved Ole Miss. Understandably, I might add. So I think the FPI is probably just anticipating a reversion to the mean. You have a new coach, which I do think factors in, and you do have some things to consider. It makes perfect sense.
Okay.
It's not that shocking that the FPI would be a little down. It's basically like buy low, sell high.
Possibly, but when you compare where they're projected to where, like Michigan's projected to have more wins than Ole Miss. Tennessee is projected to have the same amount of wins as Ole Miss. Clemson's projected to have more wins than Ole Miss. So, percent chance to win a national title. I mean, Tennessee, Michigan, USC, right there in the same neighborhood. Penn State not too far behind. That is where I look at it and say, no, they're a different team than those teams, in my opinion. Like, I think they have some bigger, badder advantages than the teams that I just mentioned. Now, USC has some parts that I think could help keep up. Michigan has a couple of parts that I really like. Tennessee has some parts that I really like. Penn State, I think, is a huge question mark. It's really difficult to project, but could. But I still put Ole Miss a pretty big step ahead of them. Like
fair.
I'll tell you what. I want to keep playing this game, but let's remove Alabama and put 2 other teams against us moving forward, and who we like most. Don, hang on hold. Get to you when we come back. Before we do that, Greg, tell our listeners about Family Care Dental.
Well, Family Care Dental can get you in the same day. They have several locations to make it easy on you in Hoover, Fultondale, Homewood, Alabaster, and Trussville. And they can do same-day appointments. They can see you on Fridays and Saturdays. I love that Family Care Dental is ready for us. If for whatever reason we need to go in and get some dental help. So remember, if you are having an issue and you have a patient of all ages, and whatever insurance plan most of them are accepted, make sure you call Family Care Dental today for an appointment. 874-9605. That's Family Care Dental, 874-9605.
All right, we'll keep talking national championship possibilities, weighing teams against one another. Get to your calls next right here on Jocks.
Keys? Check. Seatbelt? Check. Jocks 94.5 on your preset? Locked in. Your ride's not ready till Jocks is on. Jocks 94.5. Your daily drive done right. Turn it on. Lock it in.
All right, welcome back in. McElroy Cubelic in the morning, 7:41, Tuesday, July 14th, right here on Jocks. I mentioned you can be a part of the show, 205-834-9450. Listen online at jocksfm.com. Find the app in your app store. Listen any way you want that way. Don on the Higginbotham Hotline. Welcome into the show, Don.
Hey, good morning, guys. Cole, you did a great job on Paul yesterday. You always do, and Greg, you do as well. And Cole, congratulations on the award you won. But Cole, going on Auburn, I need you to know what you think about the transfer guys that probably will start on the offensive line. And what's the kid's name that's getting a lot of praise? Is it Plaz?
Are you talking about on the Auburn offensive line? I'm not sure about a lot of the praise. You have to tell me where that's coming from. Who's giving it to him? I might not have seen that.
No, yeah, I think, is it the kid from Akron or somebody? It's either Akron or James Madison kid.
The kid from Michigan State's the one the Stanton Ramil is the one that they need to come on, and he's the one that I think can be a real player. I think he is. I think he's got a nice, clean pass set. He's got a lot of the mentality that you need. He gets his feet a little close together in the run game. He gets disengaged in the run game some, but when his technique and fundamentals are strong, he can be a good run blocker. I think he's super solid in pass protection. He's not the most athletic you're going to get at that spot, but you can tell he has a very good understanding of what's being asked for him at that position. He at left tackle, I think he can kind of make or break the offensive line. I hate to put it on him. I don't like doing that. But he's the one that I think could really exceed expectations. Like, he's got that much inside of him. Cole Best is going to be a super solid center. I'm a little worried about Cole Skinner at guard if he goes on the right side. He plays a little bit light. He doesn't play heavy. And then whatever happens on the right side, probably going to be Joe Simmons. I mean, you need a couple of these guys to come on and be good players. But left tackle Ramil Stanton's the one that I think if you're asking who has a chance that we're talking about towards the end of the year of, man, that kid really came in and did a great job. He was impressive. He would probably be the one.
Yeah, I saw him play a lot of ball at Thompson and everything. Did he have a really good year at Michigan State last year?
Did not play. I don't think played the whole year. I mean, the film that I've watched him from Michigan State, there's a lot of it that's good. So I've been impressed with what I've seen. Now, consistency needs to be in there and obviously needs to be healthy, but he's a decent fit for how they're going to operate the offense, too, with what he's capable of.
Okay, now are they moving Ellis to guard?
I think they're going to cross-train a couple of different guys and kind of see what that's going to look like. But I do think Ellis, he may get some reps at center, maybe guard. I think he'll have the option to do a little bit of both.
Okay, well, the best thing about it, Cole and Greg, is this is probably the most depth we've had at the Auburn offensive line in a long, long time, Cole. Long time.
Yeah, yes, but still got to. I mean, the depth doesn't matter if you're just not flat getting it done. So I understand losing guys and things of that nature, but I'm less concerned about the depth right now than I am just getting five guys on the same page and getting off to a good start.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Cole. And by the way, it was great to see you at the studio yesterday, buddy.
Great to see you, Don. Thanks for the call, man. We appreciate it. 205-834-9450. You want to jump on the show, have a conversation about ESPN's FPI. If I asked you that same question, Greg, let's stick with Ole Miss. Chances to win a national title, 1.3%. What if I said Ole Miss or Texas Tech? This is like our Super Sofa game of the week. You can only pick one.
Ole Miss, but a lot of it has to do with the quarterback that can transcend. Like, I think a lot of Ole Miss's hype is centering around two guys. One, Kejuan Lacey. Two, Trinidad Chambliss. Great places to start. No doubt about it. Great places to start. But it takes more than two to tango when it comes to this whole operation. I'm a little concerned. Concerned's probably the wrong word. I'm a little interested in the offensive play calling. You can tell me about John David Baker and how he's going to do what they did last year and nothing's going to change. But that's Charlie Weiss, a difference maker, man. Like, that guy's big time.
Really good.
So real curious about that. I think they have really good personnel along the lines of scrimmage, but I also think, too, the lines of scrimmage meaning the defensive line. But I think, too, at the same time, it's like there are some question marks there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think it's totally understandable to have a couple question marks as it relates to Ole Miss.
Okay. And and that's a fair assessment, I think, of the large portion of the media. It is not where a lot, not all, but a lot of mine is generated. and you and I have had these conversations about what else we like about this group,
Yes.
what there is to like about the defensive line. I'm not going to sit here and try to tell you that this offensive line is going to bully everybody, but I think they have enough back that have operated together that they are not going to get bullied. And it can be sort of a survive and advance offensive line when you use a little bit of Caleb Odom at tight end, you lose some Luke Haas at tight end, offset what they do a little bit. Mobile quarterback going to offset some of that as well. And then you throw in some of the weapons that I think have a chance to be really good players. Jonte Cook, Horatio Fields, Darryl Gill comes in. So I just think that there's a lot more to like than just the quarterback and the running back, which, by the way, is a pretty good place to start with those two. I mean, really good place to start. So secondary's got to be good, got to be better. You got to fill some guys in that have played. So that's not just going to happen. I think they'll be
better in the secondary.
Talent-wise, better?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think last year they were very good in the secondary. So I think that is a position group where it's a little bit of, I don't want to say addition by subtraction, but kind of a little addition by subtraction. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. All right, we'll continue this practice of teams, which, by the way, as we just debated, Texas Tech, Ole Miss to win a national title. Texas Tech's chances are more than double what Ole Miss's are per the FPI. So we'll throw a few more at you.
The likelihood of Texas Tech getting there is higher, though, too. I mean, I think that's the reason why it's higher is because that's the SEC's a gauntlet. I mean, there's no guarantees that Ole Miss even gets to the playoff. That's the tricky part about it. You could lose 3 and be out, and you're in trouble. I mean, what are the odds of Texas Tech losing 3?
Not great. 2, yeah. Which I guess to win a national title, like you said, you got to get in first. So maybe
Correct.
Part of what the FPI is looking at is the path to even make it, and then what can you do to be dangerous once you're in. Okay. I mean, I get that part. I see that part, but you got to have some horses to run you through that playoff. We've seen that. And
no doubt.
That's where I look at Texas Tech and say, all right, are you going to be able to rely on a defense that moves around, flies around, does a lot of different things, and can create some havoc? And we don't really know what the offense is going to look like right now.
Yeah. I think Texas Tech is an interesting team, but I would take, if you told me right now head-to-head, Ole Miss or Texas Tech, I would take Ole Miss. But I think Texas Tech, their likelihood of getting to the playoff by itself is probably 50%. Ole Miss's, I don't know if I'm quite that high. Are you on the same page there?
It's funny because the ESPN FPI has Texas Tech's chance to make the playoff at 57%. Technically 58, 57.9.
That seems a bit too high.
It's like you said, though, that doesn't look like there's a third losable game on the schedule. So
it's hard to find.
Because of that, yeah, you're probably in. It's a fun conversation. There's a few more I want to throw out there. One very intriguing game that I want to throw out when it comes to making the playoff percentages for the FPI against 2 teams. We'll do that next on Jocks.
Jocks 94.5 is live on YouTube every weekday, plus video shorts and podcasts. Find us at Jocks 94.5 and smash the subscribe and like button so you never miss a moment. Jocks 94.5 on YouTube.
Welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning, Tuesday, July 14th. We're looking at FPI numbers of chances to win a national title. Just a starting point here for a conversation to have. 205-834-9450. You want to get in. 205-834-9450. You can text or call into that number. Only 3 teams with 10 or more % chance to win a national title per ESPN's Football Power Index. Notre Dame at 10.5, Texas at 13.2, Ohio State at 17.1. Ole Miss seems to be just a little bit low, so we're putting them against some other teams at 1.3%. If I asked you right now, to win a national championship, you only get one. You can only choose one. Ole Miss or LSU?
Ole Miss.
For me, if I'm picking it, I take Ole Miss.
Well, LSU is more than double chances to win a national title per ESPN's FPI.
I think the college.
Which one are you taking?
Taking Ole Miss.
Is it close?
Not necessarily.
Ole Miss hosts LSU. That's what it's hard for me. Now, don't get me wrong, dude. Ole Miss's schedule's tougher this year than it was last year, it feels like. And frankly, probably even the year before.
It's a lot more
I think
difficult.
it's a lot tougher. So I think if you're a little bearish on Ole Miss, it's understandable to an extent, given how gettable their schedule was the last 2 years. Their schedule this year is a pretty decent sized step up. It's not completely overwhelming, but it's harder for sure. So I think beauty is in the eye of the beholder a little bit as it relates to Ole Miss and LSU, frankly. Like, a lot of people still give Lane Kiffin credit for what Ole Miss did last year, which, by the way, he helped build the team. Like, I'm okay with it. I get it. I'm not mad about it. I think that there's going to be a lot of people that are either proven right on Ole Miss's demise and or proven wrong on Ole Miss's upswing and or consistency. And it's going to be a remarkably polarizing team over the next couple of years because so many people, but both people that follow the sport, cover the sport, they attribute the success of Ole Miss exclusively to Lane. I think he deserves a lot of credit for it, but I think Lane really took a step when he hired Pete Golding. If you really look at it, like, that program kind of became far more of a contender when Pete Golding arrived. So I think they kind of go hand in hand. So while Lane deserves credit, so does Pete a little bit for what they were able to become on defense. So I'll just be curious to see, because remember, Lane for a while there was running 3 safeties, keep it in front, no big plays, conservative bend don't break defense, which was kind of the defense of the day. And when Pete got there, they changed. They became a lot more of a well-rounded contender at that point. Lane deserves credit for hiring him, and Pete deserves credit for helping him on that side of the ball.
Yeah, you can see that, and it's somewhat understandable. At some point, I want us to get into also just the meaning of that game and where it is right now. Because we've talked a lot about maybe the games that are up next on the schedule, but we haven't really put those two teams against one another. If you just look at it right now, Ole Miss and LSU, kind of what that would mean. So we need to get to that at some point. Eric McLean of the ACC Network, former Clemson offensive lineman, going to join us on the other side. A little light preview of ACC Media Days. What he's looking to learn, what he's expecting to hear, who he wants to hear from, and maybe where our focus should be on this conference that it's not right now. So we'll visit with Eric, start to figure out a little bit of what ACC Media Days going to appear to be later this week, and we'll start that right after this on Jocks.
This is McElroy and Cubelic in the morning.
You didn't start a business just to keep the lights on. You're here to sell more today than yesterday. You're here to win. Lucky for you, Shopify built the best converting checkout on the planet. Like the just one tapping, ridiculously fast acting, sky-high sales stacking, champion of checkouts. That's the good stuff right there. So if your business is in it to win it, win with Shopify. Start your free trial today at shopify.com/win.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Scrolling with Haley. Join Haley Caronia as she scrolls through the biggest headlines.
If you haven't watched this show before, we do blind reactions. I have not seen these videos, so I am seeing them for the first time with all of you. We're going to implement the tinfoil hat time segments and all the stuff you know and love. And I'm going to finish the show and answer some of your questions. Someone asked me what made you get into podcasting, and I was producing podcasts for other people. And I was like, I could do this for myself, and here I am.
Scrolling with Haley. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
The
United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
I'm your host, Megan Klingenberg. One thing I promised you is an all-access pass that you wouldn't get on any other show. And we found out that whoever comes on scores a goal. Burhope, Freeman, Trusty. U.S. Soccer Podcast magic is real, people. We still got plenty of coverage all throughout this World Cup. Okay, let's get into it.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast, presented by Henkel. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Jim Rome takes on sports.
Part of what makes this show is the show within the show. The biggest topic on the show always seems to be the show itself. This is a way to give you clones a way to interact with one another. Yes, we will be going through the chat. Yes, it'll be a part of the program. The only thing that could ruin the show are the old school clones spitting up the same bull crap that they always have. The jungle is out taking names and ready to dominate. Let's get it.
The Jim Rome Show podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.